Good morning, everybody. I'm going to show you a real simple design I came up with to build a vertical trellis for a raised bed. You can add on to pretty much any raised bed, made out of simple materials you can find anywhere for cheap. I made this out of scraps, but if you had to buy the stuff new, it'd probably cost you 20 bucks, maybe 25. But basically, it's kind of a simple design. You see how I've drilled a 1-inch hole down in the bottom of the 2x8 that makes the bed, and that just accepts this piece of 3/4 inch conduit, cheap electrical conduit, probably costs $3-4 a piece. I've cut those into some 3.5 foot pieces to get 3 out of 1. And if you notice, a piece of 1/2 inch conduit fits right down in there real nicely with a sheet metal screw. And this piece right here, as you can see, is bent and goes all the way back around to go inside of another piece of 3/4 inch conduit, again 3.5 inch, 3.5 feet long. You can get 3 out of a 10-foot piece. That's why I cut them evenly. What I did is, when I made these two bends right here, all I did is I measured 5 foot, the center point of the conduit, and then another point over here, which bends to give you your width. Once you get this piece in, you see what I have here is a 2x2. It's just ripped with a circular saw out of a piece of scrap 2x4, and then I have these holes drilled in there at the same exact width from hole to hole here, the same exact width of the piece of fencing, which is exactly 3 feet, which is also exactly 3 feet, which is what my boxes are. So once you get these together, these wooden support pieces right here hold it rigid at the top so that it doesn't flop around on you and collapse. Once it's up in the air and it's held in, you can just take your fencing, and because I only had a piece so long, it's a little bit short, but it's going to wait. We're going to wait a little bit, and then cucumbers will catch up. Then I'll start fastening them to here as we go up, and hopefully it'll work out good. In the middle, I've just taken some more scraps of 2x that I ripped into little strips that are going to be screwed into this. And then I just got some baler twine going on here. My beans are a little stunted. They caught a little frost. I started a little early and paid for it because we got a late freeze. But they'll catch up. Anyway, it's a pretty simple design. You'll need a drill, a pilot, or you'll use self-tapping sheet metal screws. And then, of course, these wire ties. Just zip together everything real quick. And it only took about a half hour. And it's doing good. And I'm going to build another one right here today. This bed is 8 foot wide. And hopefully I'm not too late for my squash, although they're already flowering. I think there's plenty of room left in the season for it to grow. I'm going to do a vertical trellis here with squash. And I think I'm going to put tomatoes and carrots in the middle. Here's another tomato bed coming in. I'll run a soaker line, zip tie it to the top of these for like a simple form of irrigation. And then the hops. The hops are looking good. The arugula's overgrown, going to seeds. But anyway, that's that. Have a good one.